Alright, so I've been hearing a lot about these Americans that want to relocate after Trump's victory. Well, I found a video from, I think, the CBC, so I'll pop that in. So, here we go.
Americans about to move to Canada? Google search data shows Americans are at least thinking about it following Donald Trump's election win. US searches for move to Canada hit peak popularity around 6 a.m. Eastern after his win, just as many people were waking up to the news. Search results were most concentrated in states that voted or leaned Democrat, like Vermont, Maine, or Minnesota. We talked to some immigration lawyers who told us they're already speaking with clients who are thinking about the move, just days after Trump's win.
They're quite distraught, depressed, and feeling almost hopeless.
Distraught, stressed, and depressed. Almost hopeless. That about sums up your average lefty. But lefty women? They're 10 times as bad. There's a whole whack of videos from all the content creators I've been watching of women shaving their heads and going this whole South Korean 4B movement thing, which is no marriage, no sex, no children, no cohabitation. I could be wrong. The funny thing about that, the only people who are to be affected would be lefty men. But anyway, back to the video.
And making the final, almost like this is the final straw, because I don't think many people expected that he'd be back in the White House.
Is he back in the White House right now? I don't think so. I've heard a lot of rumors about the deep state cooking something up, so I don't know. Again, that's just a rumor I've heard, so hopefully it's just a rumor.
Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada told us that they saw U.S. traffic to their site go up the day after the election versus any other regular Wednesday. And that's kind of in line with what they've seen versus other elections. And by Thursday, things had returned back to normal. You might be getting deja vu from 2016. That year when Canada's immigration website crashed after Trump's first win. The immigration rush people were predicting didn't exactly happen, according to the data. Sure, there was a bump in Americans relocating to Canada during Trump's first term, but those gains were pretty incremental. More US nationals actually came to Canada after 2020 when Joe Biden became president. Americans looking to relocate to Canada might find that harder this time around. That's because Ottawa is looking to clamp down on the number of new permanent residents in Canada for 2025 and the years beyond.
We need to let our communities, our infrastructures catch up to the population.
Oh wow, did Trudeau just stand up for Canada and its communities and its people? Wow, I'm surprised. It's not like it's his job or anything.
The lawyers we spoke to told us there's only one expedited immigration pathway for U.S. citizens looking to become Canadians, and that's only available if you fall under a certain job category, like an engineer or an accountant.
Okay, so what you're telling me, they have to have a legitimately useful skill, like engineer, doctor, or something. Okay, good. Because most lefties, I don't think they have those things. So I think Canada might be safe from having an influx of socialists.
Apart from that, they would have to look at their regular immigration programs like everybody else, such as Express Entry, Provincial Nomination Program, Rural Northern Immigration Pilot.
But that process isn't exactly instantaneous. In that time, Canada could see a different type of migration. Donald Trump has promised to deport 11 million undocumented people in the U.S.
Oh, bugger. Trudeau will let them in. Maybe Canada's winters will scare them off. I mean, hell, it scares off a lot of Canadians, too. Fingers crossed.
There's going to be people who want to leave the U.S. and go to Canada. And if that influx increases dramatically, I think it's going to be important for Canada to start thinking about proactively about ways to work with other countries. How are we going to manage this flow?
Well, damn. Here's hoping Trudeau sticks to his words, the whole, we gotta let our communities and infrastructure catch up. Some might say, well, hey, do you blame Trump because he's gonna be kicking out all these people? Well, it's not Trump's fault that millions of people got let into the States, is it? So, no, I don't. That being said, who's really at fault? Again, like I've said numerous times, there's two videos that I'll never delete, and they're of Chuck Schumer and Bill Clinton saying that the American population isn't reproducing itself, so who's responsible for popping out kids? Women. And you can go even further down the rabbit hole. Who encouraged them into the workforce? Corporations. Well, anyway, that's it for my thoughts on this matter. Take care out there in clown world.